Welcome back in the continuation of the learning. This part of the lecture is basically focused on how learning will help in shaping the individual behavior, the types of reinforcement, schedules of reinforcement, and its implication in motivating employee are highlighted. These are the few learning outcomes from this presentation. The first one is to understand the theoretical principles of operant conditioning in reinforcement theory. Students will apply the different type of reinforcement schedule to motivate the employee. They can design a comprehensive OB modification program which improve the productivity and reduce the absenteeism and turnover. And they can also learn the concept of shaping behavior technique in training the employee behavior. Shaping behavior is a process of changing an undesirable behavior to a desirable behavior by following a successive approximation of desirable targeted behavior with proper reinforcement. With concern to organizational shaping behavior of employee means making the employee learn those behaviors which are beneficial for the organization or that help to achieving the desired goal. These changes are gradual, they are brought in a slow and steady manner. There are four ways in which shaping of desirable behavior can be achieved. There are positive reinforcement, increasing a behavior by administering a reward. Negative reinforcement means increasing a behavior by removing an aversive stimulus when a behavior occurs. Punishment, describing a behavior by administering an aversive stimulus following a behavior or by removing a positive stimulus. And extension, decreasing a behavior by not rewarding it. Systematically reinforcing each successive step that moves on individual closer to the desired response is our shaping behavior. So here we can see that there is a 2x2 matrix of desirable and undesirable, pleasant and unpleasant behavior. Like we can say that like a desirable behavior and pleasant condition called the positive reinforcement. Like the boss who praise an employee for a job well done, that is they will have a positive reinforcement. When the behavior is desirable and that will be the unpleasant, which means it is a negative reinforcement. The negative reinforcement are basically as a response by the termination or withdrawal of something which is unpleasant. Punishment is causing an unpleasant condition and in an attempt to eliminate an undesirable behavior, and eliminating any reinforcement, that is maintaining a behavior, is called extension. When the behavior is not reinforced, it tends to be gradually extinguished. Reinforcement work effectively when they follow some schedule or pattern. So there are the two main type of reinforcement schedules are continuous and partial or intermittent. Continuous reinforcement helps to direct behavior towards desired goal quickly. However, it is more expensive to administer, especially if monetary rewards are used as reinforcement. Behavior reinforced through a continuous reinforcement schedule are also likely to be weakened very rapidly once a reinforcement are stopped. The second one is intermittent or partial reinforcement. In this type of reinforcement, not every instance of the desirable behavior is reinforced, but reinforcement is given often enough to make the behavior worth repeating. Like a gambling house, poker machine in which people will continue to play even when they know the chance of winning is 1 in 10 or 100 times. Intermittent reinforcement can be based on either a time frame or behavior response pattern. Intermittent schedule or reinforcement tend to be slow in establishing the desired behavior, but once established, the behavior also tend to be sustained after the reinforcement are stopped. There are four types of intermittent reinforcement schedule based on the intermittent interval and intermittent behavioral response. The first one is fixed intermittent schedule, which refers to the interval of time when behavior will be rewarded. It could be hourly, weekly, daily, monthly, and so on. For example, organizations reinforce desired behavior in employees by paying their salary on a monthly basis. Contractors pay daily wages to the employee and other staff member by reinforcement their behavior of doing a good day work for a good day pay. These are reinforcement based on a fixed interval schedule. The second one is a variable interval schedule. reward desired behavior at random interval of time. Instead of pressing every day, a manager praise his employee occasionally, once in a 10 days or fortnightly without a fixed time frame. This schedule of reinforcement is a manager patting a good employees whenever he take unscheduled visit to the shop floor. This kind of reinforcement is easy to administer and the desired behavior are also sustained over time. The third one is a fixed ratio schedule is followed when reinforcement are given every nth time a desired behavior occur. Some department giving a certificate of commendation after every fifth suggestion accepted by the department from an employee. This is an example of the fixed ratio schedule. The fourth one is a variable ratio reinforcement schedule is followed when behavior are rewarded randomly in terms of the number of times they occur. For example, sometimes employees are required to stay back at office to complete the required work. In such cases, a manager may reinforce an employee who is staying back to complete his job the first time the person stays late and not reinforce the same behavior for the next 4 or 5 times, but reinforce it once again in the 6th time he stay back and again in the 15th time he stay back and so on. An approach to motivate an organization that uses operant conditioning as its foundation is called behavior modification. The approach recommended by the proponent of behavioral modification is that of the positive reinforcement. It is reported that positive reinforcers are more effective than negative reinforcers in achieving lasting change in behavior. Behavior modification programs in organizations generally follow at least 5 stages of development. The stage 1. In this step, the manager has to identify the critical behavior that make a significant impact on employees' job performance. These are those 5 to 10% of behavior that may account up to 70 to 80% of each employee performance. This may be difficult steps for companies that use non-job related factors to measure performance like cooperativeness, friendliness, and other subjective measures. The second stage is developing a baseline data. This step requires the manager to develop some baseline performance data. This is obtained by determining the number of times the identified behavior is occurring under present condition. In this stage, specific goals for each employee are established. Lowering the absenteeism by 10% is a typical example. Goal may concern such aspects as productivity, improvement, decrease absenteeism, and so on. The third stage is about identifying the behavioral consequences. This step is to perform a functional analysis to identify the behavioral contingency or consequences of performance. The employee keeps a record of his or her daily work. This acts as a self-feedback mechanism. The fourth stage is developing and implementing an intervention strategy. The manager reviews the employee's performance record and then rewards the positive aspect of performance as determined by the goal set in stage 2 and record in stage 3. Reinforcing with recognition, compliments or praise strengthen the desired behavior. Withholding of such reinforcement should help make the employee aware of certain deficiencies in his or her performance. The last stage is evaluating performance improvement. Finally, auditing of the effectiveness of this program is assessed. So, OB modification has been used by a number of organizations to improve employee productivity and to reduce error, absenteeism, tiredness, accident rate, and to improve the friendliness towards the customer. In the end, these are the few conclusions of the concept of learning. The reinforcement of the relationship between behavior and reward is very important for maintaining motivated behavior on the part of individual. Employees react positively when they perceive that rewards are cognizant of good performance. The schedule of reinforcement are found to be very effective in sustaining motivated behavior and make them high productive in their work life. And manager must learn how to design and implement effective reinforcement program that will enable employees to be productive and satisfied with their work. So this is all about my presentation. Now you all are understood the concept of learning, the various theories of learning, you know about how these learning will help you in shaping the behavior of an individual or employee. How can we do the behavioral modification of our employee so that they can produce more and the rate of absenteeism and turnover will decrease. So thank you so much once again, and stay connected with my channel with more lectures related to the OB and HRM. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.